Hello, I am Vandani Ariyam. This video is about find the best investors for your business. The organizations or groups of people who give capital to start a business are called business investors, who want same control in the industry and formulate agreements in exchange for their money offer. These investors ensure they get the proper investment return and make their agreements accordingly. Further, their monetary support also provides an experience that could be vital in ensuring the business success. Worldwide investors prefer to choose London as friendly and essential, attractive financial and potential market for the global company because of the economic prosperity and business friendly environment. Growth of business investors in the UK. Usually, business investors prefer to invest in the UK because of the high GDP growth rate. The UK has very competitive tax rates, and the corporation tax rates are among the lowest in the European Union. High quality workers with high skills are one of the reasons business investors start a business here. Business investor contacts usually have an extensive range of interest, and so no favorite exists in any sector. How to pay your investors? It mainly depends on the success of your business. The fees you owe them will be in proportion to the profit you make in your company. The investors usually charge a fee for their work to help your business grow and the funds they have invested in your company. The payment to them in cash and option fees depends on the funds they have given you. The investors usually prepare and authorize the market proposition. Advantage of business investors. Investors search for businesses and check whether they can make money from their investments. So in this way, both parties have substantial gains from investments. They bring in their expertise to help the business and their capital offerings. The business investors do not expect payments from the business until they succeed and afford to make payments. Borrowing from the bank is easier since it increases the capital invested in the business. Disadvantages of business investors. The owner must share the profit with the investor. Some investors try to take control of the business and implement their ways of running a business. Investors might have an idea of selling their shares, so they will try to restructure the business. Startup businesses might become impatient because of their interference from investors. It will look like everything is all right initially, but control becomes issue later. Investors might feel bad because of their minor position in the business, especially when they think the company might not do well in honoring their investment. How does an investor help the business? The investor offers money to help the company buy equipment and hire employees. Investors are knowledgeable and teach startups to run their business without mistakes. The startup get a massive amount of help from investors who can grow and sustain the growth. They also get a list of business contacts and referrals which the investor has collected for a long time. How to use the best business? How to choose the best business investors? Many companies in the UK are ready to help entrepreneurs looking for investors as they have database of investors who want to invest their money in the projects they prefer. These companies also can find investors from any part of the world. If you look for regional grants for your startup, there are many sites. They are on the internet where you can search for them. The points you need to look into when searching for an investor are: any business needs financial support to grow and achieve its potential, its full potential. Therefore, the startups become interested in finding business investors, as they will offer capital and help by using their experience to make the business successful. But all the investments should be reasonably priced so that the startup can afford to pay back the investor. It would help if you reasonably priced so that the startup can afford to pay back the investor. It would help if you considered that most of these investors have a strict requirement that you might not be able to meet. Some business investors prefer to be silent and play the active role part in the running of the business. Investors could ask you for the contribution to manage the money. In other words, they are asking payments for their managing the money, managing the company. Professionally managed companies could become investors and find startup companies that can potentially arrange for a future public stock offering. They can be selective and reject most inquiries. The investor's outlook could sometimes harmfully affect the relationship with other companies. Some investors leave the bank and stock market and look for higher risk businesses, hoping to make money from their investments. But they could ask for a cash payout if that doesn't happen. In that situation, a startup company will not pay back because they would have invested all the money in equipment, inventory, and customer credit. You cannot get the money immediately. To maintain better relationship in your work, both parties must understand and agree the involvement in the business is a long-term commitment and not a short-term affair. Some investors might ask you to give up control and take immediate legal advice to keep your rights. It is not advisable to obtain a significant portion of equity for money. If successful, you might feel sold it cheaply. Business owners might get pushed out, obtaining a significant portion of the money. Remember to decide to give up control only in an unavoidable situation. You will have more chances of finding investors if you investigate classified ads as more opportunities exist. Therefore, it is essential to consider all the pros and cons of the business investor concept and then go on in choosing an investor. I hope you like this video and find it useful as well. Thank you very much for watching this video.